Hi besties, watch how I achieve this flawless glam. So first off, I'm cleansing the face with the Miscealer cleansing water and a cotton pad. Please, it's good to clean the face of your model or your client to remove dirt and excess oil. Then after that, I'm hydrating the face with the Kiss Beauty setting spray, the green tea. I will use my fan to dry that out. Guys, can you see how bright the face is right now just after cleansing the face and hydrating the skin? So next off, I'm moisturizing the face using my Blossom Moist Essence hydrating moisturizer. I'm applying that all over her face. This will keep the skin hydrated and it will give the skin more moisture and nutrients. So I will blend that to the skin and make sure the skin fully absorb it, especially the under eye. So I will dry that with a fan. Next, after that, I'll be priming her face using the Rimmel Skin Matte Primer. I'm applying all over her face except her under eyes, guys. Please massage your product to the skin and allow each product dries down. So for the makeup to last longer, I went in with my Merak Merak cosmetic setting powder, sorry, in the shade ginger, and use my fluffy brush to dust that on her face, every part of her face except her under eye. This will help your makeup to last longer. Guys, please pardon my client. I'm working in a salon, so many distractions here and there. So once I'm done, I will say hydrate the skin. This will help to lock in all the products and all the skin prep that I did earlier on. I will dry down with a fan. So for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match and V Beauty foundation in my second skin, and I'm using a damp beauty sponge to blend that to her skin. So guys, when applying your foundation, always try to blend in and match the face with the neck and the body. And please don't go in with too much product. A little goes a long way. Be gentle while blending your foundation. Use a dab motion. So blend until you are satisfied. Moving over to our low light, that is our contour. I'm using that same V Beauty foundation, but the darker shade, 2 or 3 shades darker than our skin tone. This is to help define the face and to give the face more structure, and also to lift our face. Guys, please always blend in your products to the skin, and please subscribe to my channel, guys. Please. So I'm blending our forehead. Guys, can you see how that contour shade just matched with the skin? Can you see the difference between now that I've contoured the face? So I'm also contouring our jaw. This is basically to give the face a lift and to define the face more. So you go on over and over again until you are fully blended the foundation and the the contour into the skin. And make sure there's no demarcation, guys, no harsh line. So for our blush, I'm using the Imagic lip palette. I took the pink shade there as a blush. So I apply the blush directly next to the contour. Guys, can you see I didn't go in with much products? I always like building my coverage. And make sure you blend that to the skin, guys. Can you see how seamless that is? And I'm still blending. Blend, blend, blend until there's no harsh line and until you are satisfied with the coverage that you've gotten. Guys, please, the background, I know you'll be seeing so many persons passing behind us, but please just ignore. So I'll be putting little at the tip of her nose and I'm blending that in as well. So for our concealer, I'm using the Avour concealer. It's 2 shades lighter than our skin tone. So I'm blending the forehead. Guys, please make sure there's no harsh line, no demarcation between where you apply the foundation and where the concealer is starting off. So I'm also blending the bridge of her nose. Please ignore my background, guys. Please, please. Guys, can you see the way I took my time to blend that? And I'm still blending. So when blending when concealing the under eye, tell your clients to look up a bit so that it will be easy for you to blend and to make sure there's no crease or harsh lines under the eyes. So for setting, I'm using the Merak Cosmetics in Ginger to set the under eyes, because I told her to look up and I noticed that she's still looking down, so I had to just do one side and set immediately. Guys, I'm sorry, I didn't know she has shifted off the camera. So for to set her face, I'm using the V Beauty powder palette and a fluffy brush to set the rest of her face. So I took the darker shades to contour her face as well, like the dry contour. So to contour her nose, I used a small fluffy brush to contour her nose. This is just to define the nose and to give the nose more structure. Guys, can you see the difference between when the nose wasn't contoured and now that I've contoured the nose? Always define the nose. So please always contour the nose of your clients, but don't go in with a dark powder shade so that the contour will not be that obvious. So once I'm done, I went in with my blush palette to apply on the places I did the wet blush earlier on. So after I'm done setting the face, I will go in with my Kiss Beauty Hydrating Mist to seal up all the work I did, all the powdering, the foundation and all that. And I will dry that with a fan. So for our brows, I'm using a brow tamer. the transparent brow tamer and a spoolie brush to brush up her hairs. This is just to keep the hair in place. So moving over to the eyeshadow, I'm using the Cara gel liner, the brown shade, and a fluffy brush. This will be a crease color. I'm basically applying this on her lid. Guys, please don't pack too much product. A little goes a long way, and make sure you blend it very well. So I also went back with my setting powder to bake her under eye. This is basically to catch any eyeshadow fallout. So moving over to the eyes as well. Once I'm done blending the gel liner, I went in with my powder palette, the same shade I used to contour her nose, and the same fluffy brush to blend in the crease and to make sure there's no harsh line between the crease line and the lid, the eyelid. Moving over to the pigment, so I'm using the classic lash glue as my pigment glue. So I'll apply that on the lid, exactly the place I want to apply pigment, and use a flat fluffy brush to blend that. So the pigment I use is the MK pigment in gold shade. I will show the pigment very soon, guys. Yes, these are the 3 pigments I used. I mixed 3 different shades to achieve that. So once I'm done, I went in with my fluffy brush and I took a dark shade in my shadow palette to blend that in and to remove any crease line between the pigments and the contour. Moving over to mascara, I'm using the Blossom mascara to brush up her hairs and to remove any eyeshadow fallout on her lash. Guys, I'm so sorry I didn't record the part I did the brows and the lips, but those are the 2 shades I used to achieve that lip. I used the Adventure lip stain. So for lashes, it's an unbranded lash. I picked a regular lash and I fixed that on her lid, exactly next to her natural lash line. Guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please help me to share this video. Thank you. I'm basically making sure that the lashes is properly placed. So I took a brown shade to smudge her under eyes from my eyeshadow palette, the Mac eyeshadow palette. So once I'm done, I'm dusting off the baking powder applied earlier on with a fluffy brush. My client is already feeling herself. Oh guys, can you see how flawless this look is? I'm sorry she's shifting from the camera. She's checking herself on the mirror in front of her. So please ignore my client, guys. So once I'm done dusting off, I went back with my fluffy brush just to set the rest of her face and to make sure there's no harsh lines. You can see me basically bringing her head back just for me to set the face. So for our lighter, I'm using the Tehila Cosmetics. I picked those two shades to highlight her face. This is just to give the face a glow. But before that, I also went back with my fluffy brush again to further blend in. So this is me applying the highlighter. Guys, can you see that glow? So after I'm done applying the highlighter, I went back with my blush brush just to further blend that. Then I set the face with the Kiss Beauty again. Then I use my fan to dry that down. Then to seal the face, I use the Fbh Cosmetics. And this is it, guys. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.